Today on Vox, we have information on the Lion Air crash, the tree lighting of Rockefeller Center, and more. Taylor Lawson will have your local weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports.
It's Wednesday, November 28th, 2018, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Jay Standridge.
Temperatures plunged down into the 20s Tuesday night. That is very bad news for the homeless people of Chattanooga. The Salvation Army opened as an emergency shelter, but some homeless people opted to stay on the streets. Monday night, 74 people stayed at the Salvation Army, according to spokesperson Kimberly George. In addition, the new home church serves meals to the homeless community every Tuesday. The Salvation Army is not budgeted for these emergency nights, though it said it takes about $500 a night to fulfill all the needs. You can donate at www.csarmy.org or write a check to the Salvation Army and mail it to 822 McCauley Avenue, Chattanooga, Tennessee 37403. Make sure to designate it to the emergency shelter in the memo line of the check. Of course, you can also drop a check in the red kettles you see around town.
An internal audit found more than $1 million in Chattanooga taxpayer money was not used appropriately. This city audit was completed in September, and it focused on the city's software purchases. Chattanooga auditor Stan Sewell discovered in the past 3 to 4 years over $2 million was mismanaged, and that money was tax dollars. The mayor's office says they're actively looking into what's being done to make sure these mistakes don't happen again.
Tuesday marked the 40th anniversary of the assassinations of San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk. It happened at City Hall, and the killer was someone the victims knew well, a fellow city leader. Vic Lee attended a memorial service at City Hall to honor the victims.
It was beyond belief what was about to happen at City Hall that late November day 40 years ago. The chaotic scene after the double murders, shocked police officers rushing to City Hall, the discovery of 2 bodies gunned down in their offices, Mayor George Moscone, the leader of the liberal wing, an emerging power in San Francisco, Supervisor Harvey Milk, the first openly gay elected official in the city and the state, murdered by a killer they all knew, disgruntled former Supervisor Dan White. It's hard to forget that day. Mayor Moscone's bust graces the hall opposite the mayor's office door, the same door White passed through that day. Milk's statue on the other end of City Hall, opposite the supervisor's chambers. Today, tributes and remembrances. Among those at the memorial, Milk's nephew, human rights activist Stuart Milk.
They were extraordinary, and they believed we were all extraordinary.
Moscone's son, theater director Jonathan Moscone.
The legacy of my dad and that of Harvey is not one of tragedy, it's one of opportunity.
Those opportunities were highlighted by Mayor London Breed.
To appoint African Americans, to appoint women, to appoint members of the LGBT community to commissions was significant at that time.
And this from LGBT activist Cleve Jones.
Those 2 men taught us how to fight, love each other, defend each other, and hold on to that dream that makes this city so special.
Thousands of Central American migrants are living in tents on the Mexico side, still holding on to the hope they'll win the asylum and be allowed into the U.S. However, many others are choosing to end their long journey and return to their home countries. Camila Bernal is in San Ysidro, California, near the U.S.-Mexico border with more.
This crisis at the border has no end in sight. Authorities here in the United States say it's going to take between 5 and 6 weeks to begin processing the migrants that came as part of this latest caravan. They say there's about 2,000 people that came ahead of them who are seeking asylum. They will be processed first, and then they will move on to about 6,000 people who are part of this caravan. Now, they do say that the processing here at the San Ysidro Port of Entry is going to take about 2 days per migrant. That puts us well into next year with this entire situation. The federal police in Mexico going to the campsite where the migrants are, telling them to go back to their home countries. Some of them voluntarily deporting, getting on buses and heading back to Central America. We spoke to a Honduran mom who told us in Spanish why she wanted to leave and go back to Honduras. Now, she says there is hunger, there is suffering, there is no education, no health for her children back home, but she says she prefers to be in her country versus being killed by bullets here in the United States. That is what Carmen Mejia, that migrant from Honduras, is saying. Others are saying that they want to stay in Mexico. They're asking the president-elect, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who takes office Saturday, to help them find a solution, to help them find a job in Mexico so that they can have a future there. While others simply say that they're going to come to the United States, they have a hope to have a future here, and they say they are not giving up. Reporting in San Ysidro, California, I'm Camila Burnell. Now back to you.
Indonesian investigators have released more preliminary findings of the Lion Air crash that killed 189 people in October. It says that the Boeing 737 aircraft experienced similar flight control problems on a previous flight, but the pilots took different action. It suggests that Lion Air can do more to improve safety and to ensure operation documents are properly filed, but it did not offer a definitive cause of the crash.
The White House may be adorned with blood-red Christmas trees this year, but America's most famous Christmas tree is staying the classic green. The Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center in New York will light up for the season tonight. This year's tree is a 75-year-old Norway spruce that towers 72 feet tall and weighs about 12 tons. At around 9 o'clock, 5 miles of multicolored lights wrapped around it will start shining, illuminating the star of 3 million Swarovski crystals at the top. Artists like Diana Ross, Tony Bennett, and John Legend are set to perform at the celebration. Rockefeller Center has displayed a tree every year since 1931. The lighting ceremony has been broadcasted since 1951.
Today in entertainment news, a child genius leaps from the page to the screen, top indie films get their due, and a return of a Christmas classic. Here's David Daniel with a Hollywood Minute.
You are not prepared for the truth behind what you seek.
Here's your first look at Artemis Fowl, based on the popular science fiction fantasy novels about a 12-year-old genius who learns of a hidden race of fairies. Artemis Fowl hits theaters next August.
No more riding, no more rodeos. If you don't stop, your seizures are going to get worse.
Riding to Victory. The Rider took top honors at the Gotham Independent Film Awards in New York. The film about a rodeo rider with life-threatening injuries upset several better-known movies to win Best Feature. Toni Collette was named Best Actress for the horror flick Hereditary, and Ethan Hawke received Best Actor honors for First Reformed. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas on the Billboard chart. Mariah Carey's 25-year-old tune, All I Want for Christmas Is You, has made what's becoming an annual reappearance on Billboard's Hot 100. The Yuletide classic checked in at number 29. Last year, it made it all the way to number 9. Guess it's a gift that keeps on giving. In Ho Ho Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Now let's send it over to Taylor with your weather report.
We'll surf into your weather after this break.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
Swimming brought me back to life from a very, very dark place. It was a very difficult moment to realize I wasn't going to walk home that night. I think it was after that first week that I started fighting. As crazy as it may sound, I'm thankful for that day. I learned a lot about how to love myself again. And I think that's what it's about. It's about not only the moments, but how we react to them and where we choose to go from that point. To me, resiliency is that will to never give up, to never give in, and to always keep fighting the fight.
Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth.
Mr. Essler.
Tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
Welcome back. Some of Hawaii's lifeguards are getting a workout. Oahu's North Shore experienced its biggest swell of the season on Monday. The city's Division of Ocean Safety and Lifeguard Services say lifeguards rescued 34 people and nearly 1,800 preventative actions were on the North Shore. That's in addition to the nearly 70 rescues that occurred on the West Shore. Conditions were rough enough to the Waima Bay Beach Park's parking lot was closed to the public. Officials say the massive swell was larger than expected and called it one of the biggest in the state's history. The swell is likely going to dip Tuesday, but officials say conditions still could be treacherous. Into some local weather, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Today it'll be partly cloudy outside with a high of 41 and a low of 30. And tomorrow it'll be partly cloudy with some scattered showers with a high of 49 and a low of 47. On Friday into the weekend it'll be rainy outside with highs of 59, 63, and 66, and lows of 50, 54, and 48. On Monday it'll be partly cloudy outside with a high of 58 and a low of 45. And on Tuesday there'll be more scattered showers with a high of 52 and a low of 45. That's all from me. Now let's send it over to Aaron with your scores from last night.
NBA scores an amazing deflex in the Hockey League for a Player of the Day and more after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
My father taught me a lot about life, without ever saying a word. When I was a little girl, my friends were all just like me. His never were.
Hello, hello. Didn't you bring them, George? I thought you were going to. No, I brought them last time. You all right? I forgot. All right, so we'll be with...
I used to wonder, why would a Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim ever get together?
It was him!
And then I finally got it. They had a lot more in common than donuts.
Friendship. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
You could save a lot. Oh. You could save a lot. Oh. You could save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Jessica, we need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
So, what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy. Confidence. Pass it on. I was born to be somebody.
Oh, that is awful. Oh, no way. That is not happening.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your NBA scores. Starting off, we got the Knicks and the Pistons, with the Pistons winning that game. The Hawks and the Heat going at it. Heat come out on top. The Raptors versus the Grizzlies. Raptors winning with 122 points. And then the Lakers and the Nuggets. Nuggets winning that game. And for our highlighted game, we got the Pacers and the Suns with the final score 109 and 104. Here are the highlights.
No, Ayton does that better.
Well, I think as long as Sabonis stays on the floor, Holmes is going to stay out there.
But also, I think the reason that McDermott knocks it down is the reason ready as he sits over there on the bench.
Collison on the drive. Comes up short, but again, Sabonis inside with... Kane into Warren, 14 of his 22 in the second half, making 17 of his 25. Crawford inside to Ayton. Ayton on the spin, gets to roll. Heads up play, trigger the inbounds. They get it to Booker. Booker off the screen, rising up and knocking it down from deep. Brown. Bogdanovich. He cashes in from the corner. Turner comes over to help defensively. Booker fading. Can't get the roll. Oh, tough one here tonight as the Suns fall. Putting up a great fight, rallying from 13, but it's the Pacers who win it. Special thanks to our crew, Dan Siegman, David Hughes, Eddie Dean, Jim Brewer, and our stage manager, the lovely Sheila Simpson. We quickly take a look at our car.
Welcome back. Now for your player of the day. Third period of the Senators-Flyers game. Flyers with a turnover, Matt Duchene with a shot that deflects off the Flyers player, and he bats it out in the air into the net for the second chance goal. Take several more looks at our player of the day.
And the Senators have stormed back to take a 4-3 lead with 2:59 remaining. Unbelievable.
And what a skillful play by Duchene. I can't believe the way he knocked this out of the air after the turnover right there. And Duchene retrieves it. Watch the shot and watch this. Bats it out on the backhand after the original shot was blocked. There's the shot off of Radko Gudas, and that's unbelievable. I mean, that contact and how much he got on that shot.
That's all for me. Now let's take a look at your school announcements after this break.
God's children, we got to come together and
share the good feeling, 'cause nothing ever gonna make this world better if we don't start believing that love really, really, really is the answer. Everybody join hands, 'cause it's time now. Spread the love all over the world. Spread it all over the world. If we just love each other, and lift up one another, shine a light from every heart. Now. We got to spread the love all over the world. We've got to spread the love.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest. Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
No way. Hi. Hi.
Shine, come on and let it shine. Light me up, make me feel alive.
Hi.
You've got
She actually said hi to you.
shine on me today.
Check into
Your wallet's empty, and you've got bills to pay. What do?
Stop worrying.
Get the cash you need today at Check Into Cash.
We offer payday advances, auto title loans, and lots of ways to put the cash you need in your pocket today.
And we make it quick, easy, and confidential.
So stop worrying and stop in to Check Into Cash today.
Visit checkintocash.com for the store near you.
Smoking as a teen can permanently stunt your lungs, taking the air out of even the biggest and baddest.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
When you think of Miami, you think of, rich, glamour, but 5 miles away from the beach, there's people who've never seen the beach. I was confused why somebody was in this situation, especially in America. So when I started Joshua's Heart Foundation, it was a key thing to be able to engage youth in the foundation, to help them participate. I think passing on the torch and lighting a new flame in another person to do good is probably one of the bigger missions that I have. So we are each making a bigger difference. That's it, just giving back and producing love for everybody.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our school announcements.
Testing continues today with English 9 and 10, Part 1. And finally, U.S. History Part 2 will conclude on Thursday. Good luck to all those that are testing.
If you are a member of Skills USA or Drama Central and would like to participate in the Christmas parade, speak to Mr. Shull and Miss Lindsay about permission slips.
So the parade is coming up Saturday, and I hope it doesn't rain on my parade.
According to the 7-day forecast, it might be doing just that. It's not going to be cold enough to snow, because if it was going to snow, they'd probably not think about rescheduling it, but they are considering it right now.
Okay, so if it doesn't get canceled, are you guys going to be in it? Are you guys going to watch it, or where are you guys going to be?
I've never actually gone to the Christmas parade, but this year I'm actually going to have the opportunity to be on a float during it, so that should be cool.
What about you, Aaron?
Oh, I think it's a great chance for the community to come together. I mean, I've been in the parade twice for 2 different reasons, band and Boy Scouts. It's a great thing, honestly.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right, well, we are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTMB, and of course, at VoxNews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.